Hey, welcome back to the channel. So some of you may know that during this time of year, I do a lot of sport shooting, which basically is just shooting my daughter's Palm Squad. I get to go down on the sidelines and take a photo and video of them. I think they appreciate it. The parents appreciate it. If you want to see more of what I do, you can follow me on my Instagram. I'll link that down in the description below. There's a few videos there that I've done over this past year. I don't post a lot of the photos there, but I just give those to the Palm Squad so they can do with what they want. Well, I have a second here to go over my sports shooting bag and what I take with me when I go to shoot these different sporting events. First thing we'll do, we'll go over this bag. I just got this bag this year. I was down in a camera shop and just picked it up out of the blue. It's a Timba DNA 16 messenger bag. And this thing has been awesome for me to take to the football games. One, it's made out of this waterproof material. I don't think if it started raining or anything, I wouldn't be concerned about my stuff getting wet at all. The bottom of it's reinforced, so when I set it down in like some mud or some water or whatever, I don't have to worry about it getting dirty or messing up my camera equipment. And I can just set it down like this, and it'll stand up on its own. And I can just work out of this. It's a little bit easier to do than a backpack, especially when you're going to the football field, because on the side of the football field can get really dirty and muddy and kind of nasty. And I wanted something that would protect my gear and be easy to clean. And this thing does it all. And I just set it up like this. I can work out of it, and it's been really great for me so far. It has a lot of different pockets and places to put stuff. I have no problem with the amount of gear that I can store. When I get it packed up full of stuff, it can be quite heavy, but again, I'm just walking in the football game, putting it down on the sidelines and letting it sit, and that's it. So I don't really have to travel just a whole big distance with it. The camera that I use is the A7R5. I couldn't imagine a better camera to use for doing sidelines. It's a great hybrid camera. A lot of people don't see it that way, but for me, it's just been great. I have the cage on there, just really to protect my camera from going in and out of the bag, and if I drop it or something, it'll have protection. But A7R5 has just been great, and the vari-angle screen has just been clutch. I mean, I can go any angle I want. I can just get it all done with the A7R5. I wish it was a little bit faster frames per second in the shooting burst mode, but it is what it is, and it's done great for me this whole year and last year too. Primary lens I use is a 70-200 GM Mark II. For a couple of games this year, I used the Tamron 35-150 because you never know what you're going to shoot. The versatility of that lens is great, but the performance of this lens is so much better than the Tamron. The autofocus, the stabilization, all that kind of stuff, in conjunction with the Sony cameras, it just works great. So I've pretty much been using this one primarily for the last few games. I kind of ditched the 35-150, even though it's a great lens, would highly recommend. This one's just a little bit better. And the 70-200 2.8 is just a standard across all sports shooters. Like when I go to the games, all you see is little white lenses walking around everywhere. Everybody has the 70-200 2.8. And then with this camera in particular, you can hit the Super 35 mode or crop mode and get out to 300 millimeters, and you can get those really nice tight shots, isolate the subject. This combination, it just works great. I do take another camera with me, and that is a ZVE1. And sometimes I just want a little bit lighter rig, and that's when I pull out the ZVE1 to take video specifically. People bash on this camera about the photos, but I think the photos come out of it are just fine. Maybe not you can't crop the crap out of them or anything. You can't use the APS-C mode, but the photos are, they're more than fine coming off the camera itself. But I primarily just use it as a video camera. I put a top handle on it, and I'm able to use the dynamic active stabilization to get some really smooth shots of the Palm Squad as they do their cheers and stuff. And this has just been a fantastic camera for that. Between these two cameras, I can get pretty much anything that I need done. And then on that camera specifically, I use the 24-70 f2.8 GM2, and it's just a great lens. It's basically everything I said about the 70-200 and just 24-70. it's a great focal length. I can get that wide one, I can get a little bit narrowed in. With this particular camera, I can use the clear image zoom and get a little bit more reach if I need it. It's just a spectacular combination in these two. Also in here, I have the Sigma 85 1.4, and I just took this on a whim one time. I was like, I'm just gonna take it and see what I can get. So kind of when I get bored taking pictures of this and using that, I'll stick on the 85 1.4 just to get a little bit different look. Now, nobody is gonna be able to tell that you're shooting anything with 85 1.4 except for you. Now, when I get those cameras back into the Lightroom or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, those photos coming out the 85 1.4, the Sigma, are so good, so good. But it's just not for everything, because I'm not able to walk up and get in the middle of everything and get as close as I want. That's why the zoom is important. But the photos I get with this are just unbelievable, unbelievable. But I can't use it just for a whole lot, because from where I stand, I'll get a pretty wide shot. And even cropping in with this Super 35 mode, it just doesn't get me close enough. But man, the pictures coming out, just the 3 or 4 or 5 pictures that I've gotten, keepers that I've gotten from it, they are so great, so great. So I just take that as an extra lens just when I get kind of bored, or if somebody wants a specific picture, I'll have that lens and know it's like a little ace in the hole lens that I take. The pictures are so great with it. Would highly recommend. And then the only thing else I take is a top handle, like I said, and that just helps you get smoother video, I think. Plus it looks cool. Everybody thinks you're serious videography when you use it. And I bought this side handle to use as well, but I've never really attached this, even though it would come in handy. Sometimes I just put the top handle on and go around shoot my video. And the most important thing about the top handle is I'm able to drop down and get low angle shots, and those look cool, when you're shooting sports. So that's pretty much my whole bag. So quick look at what I take with me when I go to shoot sports. I hope this video helps you out if you're thinking about going in and doing it. It's really fun, and it's really become one of my favorite genres of photography to shoot. It just keeps me active. I enjoy it because I used to play sports, and I can kind of anticipate what's going on. It's really fun for me. So hope this helps you. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, or want to check out any of my other content, I invite you to do that, and subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.